This interview was conducted in 2005 at the Stourbridge CAMRA Beer Festival. The event was staged in the Town Hall, a lovely though slightly knackered red brick structure in the centre of town. It is worth the entry fee just to see some of the fragments and fittings of old, such as this lovely ticket office. I was speaking to John Midwood, who at the time was chairman of the Stourbridge and Halzone branch of CAMRA. As a former publican himself, at the time he was possibly the only person in the branch capable of racking and tapping the casks, ensuring they were in decent nick for the punters. I recorded this on a mini-disc, remember them? I really liked the format, but alas, it was doomed long before the smartphones came along. Anyway, just as things were getting going at the opening night, I collared John for a few words.
I'm at the 2005 Stourbridge Beer Festival and I'm here with John Midwood, the organiser of the event. Hello, John.
Good evening.
I want to ask you about the event, John. Tell me about the history, first of all, about the Stourbridge Beer Festival, how long it's been going and how it's grown over the years.
Oh, I think we started about 8 years ago now, and we started with something like 50 beers. We've now progressed to where we probably found our saturation point, around about 80 to 90 beers. And the cider sales have grown a lot over these years. We've got 16 5-gallon barrels of cider this year, and I remember in the first couple of years we probably had about 3 5-gallon barrels. So yeah, cider and perry is selling well. But the beers, say, we're on about 84, 85 beers, and that's growing. But we're hoping now. The problem is that with Stourbridge that we can't expand too much more. We're very limited on space because of where we have to actually set the beer scaffold up. So it is a bit of a problem.
Okay, thanks, John. I was going to ask you, I should clarify right from the start, what exactly is your role at the festival?
I have been deemed Beer Festival Organiser, and every year since its inauguration I seem to have been, or I won't say lumbered, but certainly had that task. And but it gives me a chance to delegate as many jobs as possible to other people, which doesn't always work out, but generally on the night, it's all right on the night, as they say.
Maybe the task come to you, John, because long experience in the beer trade, former publican yourself, and I want to mention of the pub in Gornal.
Oh, the dear old mill. Yes. I was certainly there for about 3.5 years, back in the late 80s, early 90s. Some wonderful times up there. Very friendly with Edwin Holden back then, God rest his soul. Lovely chap, and he certainly did us a lot of favours. I miss the trade. But there again, I do get a few sleeping nights these days.
I'm sure you do, John. Now, it all might seem like a bit of a jolly for all the experienced beer drinkers and also members of CAMRA. But can I ask you, what are the aims of the festival? Is there any hidden agenda, maybe to attract new membership or perhaps convert people to beer?
Yeah, both really. Obviously, we like to sign up new members for CAMRA in general, but when we do sign up new members, we also would like them to play an active part in branch activities. I mean, we've got well over 100 members within the branch, but we probably only have a hardcore of 10 to 12 that turn out regularly for meetings and events, and again the organisation of a festival such as this. We do get lots of assistance from other branches to run festivals, which is great. In fact, without it, we couldn't do it. We just haven't got enough people. We do see one or two of the sleeping members of the branch turn up at the time, but overall, yes, we would like to attract more members. The other side. Like I say, we've got 84 different beers on, some of which people will find in their locals, some of which, such as Batham's or Holden's, there are obviously tied houses in Stourbridge. But many of the others are from microbreweries, new micros and old micros. But at the end of the day, they're all producing beer. And yeah, the vast majority of it is highly drinkable. The odd one, okay, but they don't survive, which, they need to learn a little more about brewing. But I think from tasting all 84 beers last night, I'm still standing, there was no particularly bad ones. There's one or two didn't look the world's greatest, but they did taste okay. And checking those slightly wobbly ones again this evening, they were slightly better, not perfect, but I would say that out of the 84, probably about 10 are like that. But there's nothing that really is unservable, which is good with 84 beers.
Great, and it all seems that it's all running smoothly this night. We're on the opening night, Thursday night, and it's going like a well-oiled engine. But John, can you tell me, is there any difficulties involved in staging the event like this?
Yeah, I mentioned the sort of staffing of such an event, which is the major problem in a way, is ensuring that you have got sufficient staff who are, if not experienced, have got the capabilities to do the various tasks. Yes, I do delegate a lot of the jobs, but we have got things. We've got the beer to order, we've got bits of equipment to collect, publicity machine, programs, all of which need putting together and then printing, and the list really goes on and on. I mean, we actually start probably 3 months in advance to get to tonight, and certainly come last Monday, today's Thursday, we actually start putting it all together. So basically the whole thing comes together in 3 nights, with a view to opening at 7 o'clock on the Thursday.
And it certainly has to open on time, and it's going well at the moment. And one of the things I wondered if you've noticed the changes in the type of people that are attending the event over the last few years.
We're probably getting a younger audience, or younger punters, who are willing to try rail ale and ciders and perries. We do see the same faces year in, year out. Probably 50% of the folks we get are repeats. We do get a lot of visitors, particularly on the Thursday night. We get a lot from the other branches coming in. Friday night, come tomorrow, we'll probably have to close the doors for an hour or so and let people in as people go, because we will be over the capacity of the hall, which obviously regulation-wise we can't do. So controlling that is a bit of an issue at times. But tonight's very, very busy. Probably the busiest Thursday I can remember of all the years.
Queuing for beer, that sounds familiar, John. How many people are you hoping to attract over the event?
I normally would expect between 1,500 and 2,000, and I've no reason to suspect we're not going to get that many this year.
Okay, now notice this year, no entertainment on this year's programme. Can you explain the reason for that?
Yeah, I mean, every year we try some entertainment on the Friday, really only the Friday night, because the Thursday night people like it to be quiet anyway, which is how it is out there now. They can talk and they can wander around and not get deafened. We tried different types of music over the years, and whatever we put on, we cannot satisfy everybody. Either they don't like the type of music, the volume's too high, or it's not high enough. So in the end we thought, okay, this year we'll probably put a little bit of pipe music on just to take the edge off the background tomorrow night. But we'll see how it goes. We'll just play it by ear, because it's a beer festival. It's not a music festival with beer. It used to be a beer festival with a bit of music. If we had a separate room, then fine, yeah, we'd quite happily put the music on. But the trouble is, people are trying to order beer and have conversations, and they can't. I've noticed when the bands start playing, a whole bunch of people sort of shift down the bar or spill out into the foyer areas, which isn't really what it's all about. People should mingle. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. We've asked people for their comments, and we'll think about what we do again next year.
It sounds like a good strategy to me, John. I'm all for no music. But one last thing before we wrap it up. What's your tip for beer of the festival?
Ooh, tricky one. I actually think the beer of the festival could well be, if enough people try it, the beer that actually won the West Midlands Best Beer of the Year category tonight, which is Malvern Black Pear. Malvern Hills Black Pear. I think I had too much of it earlier. I've got to be honest, is probably about the best beer that I tried last night, closely followed by Oakham JHB, which is always a good runner in anybody's money. Hopefully the local Windsor Castle brewery will fare well in the voting. We have got 4 of their beers on, and all of which are tasting pretty good, so hopefully the locals may well vote for that. So John, sadly you may win it, you never know.
Oh, well, I certainly enjoyed some of the black pear. In fact, I liked it so much, I think we'll go and have some more, John. Come on, let's have a go.
Thanks for viewing and listening to my blurb. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up. Post your comments below if you have more info or a question. If you think these video clips rock, you can also subscribe to the channel.